They certainly started off on the right foot in most of these games. Actually, all of these games. They scored first in all 4 games. What does that do for the mindset of a team and the defensive structure and the goaltending when your team consistently gets out to those early leads?
I always quote the great Patrick Waugh, and Patrick Waugh always said, guys, let's get the first one. Let's get the first one. If you score first, typically, you can try to quantify it, but I'll say north of 60% of the time, if you score first, you're going to win. And especially in the Stanley Cup playoffs where games are at a premium. So for the goalie that's in the net, I can tell you it's a completely different feeling. Now you're like, the boys are going. They're buzzing. They're ready to go. They're ready. And the same thing for the players on the bench, Rupper. I could pass it to you, but you can get to your game easier. The coach isn't as tight. The matchups don't necessarily have to be as tight. You can get everybody into the flow of the game, and that makes a world of a difference.
It does, and it allows everybody to be involved. And so you're not sitting there looking, trying to play catch-up and shortening your bench. We know the Stanley Cup playoffs demand 4 lines. It demands 6 defensemen. And I feel like the teams with the most success are the teams that can play with leads and play with all those guys, all hands on deck. And when you're playing from behind a lot, and some of these teams that have done it, you got to shorten that bench, and that's less percentages of players that can really contribute each night. So I find that that's something this team's done real well, and having Carey Price back there, you get an early goal, that might be all you need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that allows you just to, we don't have to get outside ourselves, just play our style. We got a lead here, nothing crazy. Let's just be very thoughtful in the way we're playing the rest of the way, and we should be fine.
Plus a compressed schedule, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the regular season.
Yep.
So you get limited recovery windows game to game, under the strict protocols that we had that the players and the staff had to adhere to. And I know from speaking to numerous players and people